This is the end, beautiful friend. This is the end, my only friend. The end of our elaborate plans. The end of everything that stands. The end, no safety or surprise. The end, I'll never look into your eyes again.
Hell. Shit. I'm still in hell. I waited for a mission, and they gave me one. Unfortunately, it was to review this movie. I had no idea what I was in for. It's traumatized me. I haven't had a shower in 2 days. I've been wearing the same clothes for weeks, and I've developed a drinking problem. The horror. Ugh. The horror. This was a tough one, people. It might be the worst movie I have ever seen, and considering how many that is saying something. I get chills on my spine just fucking thinking about it. That movie is Son of the Mask. More like son of a bitch! Son of the Mask isn't for kids. Son of the Mask isn't for adults. Son of the Mask isn't even for dead people. Son of the Mask is for nobody. Even the devil would have a hard time getting through this unspeakable terror. And I should know. I've been to hell before. So, those are the only movies you have stocked here? Well, there was one movie, but it was so bad that not even Mr. Zabub would stock it. What was it? Son of the Mask. Oh, Jesus. Correct, you're gonna need Jesus' help to get through that movie. You're not gonna make me review that, are you? Now think about it. Hell sucks. Yep. Is Iceman down here? Yep. Well, maybe it won't be so bad after all. He's in the 5th circle. He'll be staying in the 1st circle for about a day. Damn it. You've already been damned. The movie is a sequel to the Jim Carrey classic, The Mask. Jim Carrey isn't in this film. That's already a red flag. Once you don't have Jim Carrey, you might as well not even have a movie. But the producers soldiered on and decided Jamie Kennedy would be a good replacement. Yeah, that guy from the Scream movies is definitely a good choice to replace Jim Carrey. It's like replacing the Marx Brothers with the two brothers Chuck and Bobby from the Ernest movies. And speaking of Ernest, guess what? I'd rather watch Ernest Goes to Africa than Son of the Mask. And that movie sucked. So that's 2 red flags. No Jim Carrey, and the replacement being the guy from Scream. So this movie better impress me, but considering it's the 32nd worst movie of all time according to IMDb, I highly doubt it. It's apparently worse than every Uwe Boll film. Man, I'm in for a roller coaster ride from hell. You can go, but you also have to review this. God damn it! Yep, goddamn to that movie, alright. We open up as the Bueller guy from Ferris Bueller's Day Off is in a museum talking about the mask from the first movie. There's a man in black who is really anxious about the mask. He's not going to be after the premiere of this movie. He then turns into Loki and attacks. It turns out that the mask is fake. So then Loki takes his face off and puts it where the mask was. Yeah, that won't give your kids nightmares or anything. The real mask is found by a dog who belongs to Tim Avery, played by Jamie Kennedy. Turns out that Avery is a cartoonist who fears having kids. So much so that he has nightmares about babies that have razor-sharp teeth. Okay, did I say that Return to Oz was the most frightening movie I've reviewed? This might have topped it, actually. Okay, I guess there was that severed head scene. And meanwhile, Odin, played by the late Bob Hoskins, asks his son Loki to find the mask. He should have asked him to find a better movie, like the first Mask movie. Or what about Bionicle, Mask of Light? Kudos if you remember Bionicles, those things were awesome. Loki wants help, but Bob Hoskins wants Loki to clean up the mess because it was his fault. Maybe Loki should have given him the same talk after Bob Hoskins was in Super Mario Brothers, the movie. Tim then puts the mask on and turns into an even more annoying version of himself, with green skin, of course. It would have been funnier if he turned into the Hulk. He then goes on to ruin the song Can't Take My Eyes Off of You by Frankie Valli, which does not describe this movie. In fact, if you wanted it to fit the movie, the title to the song would have been Taking My Eyes Off of You. God, this movie's so bad, I'm actually having some troops bomb a bunch of copies of it. God damn it, I want that movie bombed! Smell that? What? Smell what? Napalm, Greg. Nothing in the world smells like that. I love the smell of napalm in the morning. One time we had a whole hill of those movies bombed. When it was over, I walked up. We didn't find one of them. Not one stinking bad movie. Smell, the whole gasoline smell. The whole hill. Smelled like victory. Someday, the war against this movie will be over. The scene is also unwatchable because of the horrible close-up shots. It's like the actors are trying to best to look like they are having fun, but they aren't. Apparently this awful scene results in Tim's promotion. Congratulations, you just made this movie go even more downhill than it already was. And by that, I mean it started at the lowest common denominator and somehow went even lower than that. I'm going to have to invent a negative star rating just for this movie. Then he and his wife have a son. This baby apparently can shapeshift and dance. Meanwhile, Loki is still trying to find the mask. Maybe he'll take my advice and look for a better movie. This movie's making look mildly funny. Actually, how about it makes modern Adam Sandler films look funny? On second thought, yeah, this is worse than Jack and Jill. Meanwhile, Tim tries to work on his cartoon. He's probably saying to himself, maybe this movie won't be the worst movie about a cartoonist. There's always Freddy Got Fingered to hold that title. You know what? Freddy Got Fingered was better than this. It was terrible, and one of the worst movies I've ever seen, but it was at least creative in its bizarreness. It's gross and shocking, but you can't take your eyes off of it. It's like a train wreck. It's horrible, but you can't look away. Here, I want to gouge my eyes out half the time. Baby keeps interrupting, which includes dancing to Hello My Baby, and finally Tim turns on the TV to distract the little annoying bastard. But the baby isn't done yet. Not only does he want to mess with his father, he's also taking over the writing for the screenplay of this movie. No, he's not, but that would make a lot of sense. Then the dog accidentally puts on the mask and becomes Nicolas Cage. Not really, that at least would have been funny. Instead, the dog tries to kill the baby. Did I mention this was a kid's movie?
Give that to the fucking kids, see how they like it.
The bullshit in this movie is piling up so high, you'll need wings to stay above it. Eventually, Loki finds the baby. God damn it, Loki, you let me down. I was hoping you would, turn on a better movie than this. Odin punishes him by taking away his powers. That's for not turning on a better movie. But Loki complains to Odin so he can have his powers back. Then you get a lame fight scene, and Loki is about to be banished, but Tim says what matters most is family. Fuck you, movie. I could mention any movie, and it would be better than this movie. Plan 9, The Conqueror, Bonfire of the Vanities. Too far, Maverick. Too far. The plot is stupid, the characters are idiots, the special effects are painful to look at, and worst of all, this film was made for nobody. Kids will find it too scary, and teenagers and adults will find it too stupid. If you see this movie anywhere, destroy it. Even if it's for sale at a store, Destroy it.
Destroy it, exactly. See, destroy it, just like that. I mean, really.
Well, Freddie, I knew you were explosive, but not that explosive.
I mean, really.
Did you know you were that explosive?
I can make a bigger bang than that, dear. I'll tell you.
I've hit rock bottom, people. After watching this, I could watch just about any movie now. It can only go up from here. If there is a worse movie than this, I'm in trouble, people. I might just go insane. I might chop down a door with an axe and quote Johnny Carson. Then I'll die and freeze in like a hedge maze, or I'll shave my head into a mohawk and try to kill a local politician. I'll go to a mental institution. It must be crazy to be in a loony bin like this.